Okay, we are on. Hello guys and welcome to another episode of my streaming, where I intend to play Crisis Core 7 Remake at the lowest level possible. So as per yesterday, I said maybe I didn't know if I had time today to be streaming, but here we are. So in today's episode, for those who will watch this video later on, I intend to finish some missions that I still have left, as I am doing preparation farming for Minerva. As you can see, I still have some materials to do and some guilds to collect, besides some SP to convert, so I'll be doing that later on in the week. But as for today, I decided to go and finish some missions. So here we are. Okay, as per usual, I'm gonna check for any chest. Easy peasy. I should be able to clear everything on my way because I am power as F. I'm very OP. So we are in end game of our farming era. That's it.
Conflict resolved.
Easy peasy.
Oh yeah.
I have decided to change some materials. I put Hell Blizzard and Status Ward because I want to avoid the shock statue I made that I get from the Holy Tomb in mission 10.962. But most I changed then my accessories. I have to change it. To change gloves, so I deal always critic damage with Assault Twister, and I keep this so I can store the right items to collect money from the enemy. But for now I'm going to use this to prevent all the status elements as well while I fight other enemies.
Conflict resolved.
Because I also need to be to have a good defense against the death status. Since in other missions this might cause a problem. So this one is here, but the chest is on the other side.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah, easy peasy.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's better to change the Digi Gloves into the Protect Ring. Yes. So I have better defense because I have lowered the div, and I need to reduce damage from physical attacks as well.
Heads up. How about this?
No way.
Heads up. Take that. This'll do.
Oh right, I don't have
Conflict resolved.
the costly punch material. I need to change it. I forgot. No big deal. So wait, what was? Costly punch was HP. Oh yeah, alright, I forgot. I have costly punch here. And I can change the status sword with something that gives me Vitality. I don't remember which one it is. Vitality, Hellfire Aga. Yeah. So now we are good to go for other missions. However, I'm going to make this one. For the mission 962, because I need to still collect some money from him, so I want to have a separate set. Okay, so what high jump, yes. What else was I missing? Attack, I think. No, I have one. So what was the order? Steel, yes, the only one I the only material I need there, because I need to steal from that enemy. Okay, let's go. Okay. Well, thankfully Square Enix made it easier to switch between sets of material and equipments.
Activating
So I
combat
don't
mode.
have to readjust everything
Take that.
for every situation I'm finding myself in.
Oh yeah.
So just for your information, I have done, I have fight Minerva in the Nintendo Switch version in hard mode,
Activating
and
combat mode.
I noticed that
Here we go.
using Giltos,
Taking you down a peg.
it requires 25 million of gills. It's better to do it 30 million, because at some point the less gills you have, it's gonna be less damage that you deal to Minerva. So I suggest that if you have any intention to fight here, you can also use the toys with 30 millions of gills. But for this challenge, as I'm playing right now in normal mode, I believe that 10 millions should be fine. That means I just have to farm in the mission 962 50 times. That means I'm going to steal the 4 items from the enemy, and I need 25 runs for the mission to be able to collect 5 millions, and the other millions are other 25 25 runs. So that should be all. I'll see if maybe I'm going to use the SP material. So for that I need to convert them the money to SP, and I believe I will try at first with 5 million. But if that doesn't work, then I'm going to farm a little bit more.
Bye now. Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Activating combat mode. Out of the way. How about this?
Oh, right. Another thing, I have collected
Conflict resolved.
the Battlefield proficiency. As you can see, I have 100%. That's because the last 5% that I was missing were in fact the 500 enemies I have to defeat it in mission 965, because they are those who have barriers on, and so this satisfies the requirement for the last percent of the Battlefield proficiency. And so now that we are 100%, we are easy to go. How strange, let me check something. Yeah, alright. I think I have only unopened chest missions have done so far, so I was looking strange why I don't have any other missions. Okay, let's go. Put them on. You see? I forgot about that.
This'll do. Here we go. This'll do. Conflict resolved. Got him.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Activating combat mode. Here we go. Hey, this'll do. Heads up. That's enough! Conflict resolved. Activating combat mode. Taking you down a peg. Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah! Activating combat mode. Bring it on! This'll do. Taking you down a peg. Conflict resolved. Oh yeah! Activating combat mode. Here we go. Taking you down a peg. Here we go. Take that! Conflict resolved. Oh yeah!
No chest behind. Okay.
Activating combat mode. Out of the way. How about this? This'll do. Hi. Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's better I change to the changing gloves, because now that we start to do missions more difficult, with more difficulty, that means that enemies are going to have more HP as well, so having that critical effect always active is going to make things a little much easier, since you are going to do impressive damage.
Activating combat mode. Bye now. Take that. Here we go.
You see? Now it's better.
Bye now. Taking you down a peg. Heads up. This'll do.
Well, it doesn't matter,
How about this?
because he is going down anyway. That's it.
Heads up. Take that. Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah. Let me check if this is the high jump. No, I know for a fact that there is a high jump material with 5 stars somewhere, but I don't know where it is. I want to see if I can be able to fuse that material with the one that I have and to maintain the level of the 5 stars, because then I have more damage for all the enemies. Nothing's here. Same as the other mission I see.
Activating combat mode. Here we go. Conflict
You
resolved.
see? Max damage.
Oh yeah.
Impressive damage.
Activating combat mode. Taking you down a peg. Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Activating combat mode. Heads up. Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Activating combat mode. Bye now. Take that. Conflict resolved. Later.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Activating combat mode. Here we go. Conflict resolved. The end.
Easy peasy.
Oh,
All
yeah.
4 of them no damage. Okay, we have a little to discover in this mission. Okay. There we go. All 3 of them.
Activating combat mode. Bring it on. How about this? This'll do. Conflict resolved. Oh yeah.
Oh, always look around when you want some treasure, because you never know what they might be hiding.
Activating combat mode. How about this? Hi. Conflict resolved. Later.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Activating combat mode. Out of the way. Heads up. Conflict resolved. The end.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I don't need that because I already have the graphical material. Not all enemies that we need to use them have immunity or something, so why bother?
Activating combat mode. Bye now. Here we go. How about this? Conflict resolved. Got him.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, what do I have here? I want the air drain that gives spirit, but I'm going to change the steel material. Well, since we have a critical, deal a lot of damage anyway, so
Activating combat
having
mode.
better stats for defense is better in this version. Even though you can use the buttons of proficiency to reduce almost every damage to 0, since we have 100%. Okay. Easy peasy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Activating combat mode. Bring it on. Here we go. Conflict resolved. The end.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's right here. Okay.
Activating combat mode. Out of the way. Heads up. Hi. Conflict resolved. Later.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ta 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 ta. Okay. I was thinking that maybe when I finish this challenge, I switch to stream on PC and I'll try to do the same challenge but in the original game using the emulator, so I can skip forward all the cutscenes and to be able to do faster, you know, another guide like this one. And maybe one day if I get a webcam for my PlayStation 5, I'm going to be, maybe I'll change to stream to everyday, and I'll change game to Rocket League or something. So I'll try to be more consistent with the streaming. As for now, I only stream either during the weekend or maybe like happened this week during the weekdays. But that's a little bit difficult because I have another job now
Activating combat mode.
that actually pays money, so This is more than Aqua before now. So for that one there is going to be something more.
Later.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode. Bring it on. How about this? Bye now. Take that. Here we go. How about this? Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Activating combat mode. Bye now. Hi. Here we go. How about this? Bye now. Conflict resolved. Oh yeah. Activating combat mode. How about this? Bye now. Take that. Here we go. This'll do. Conflict resolved. Got him.
So good.
Oh yeah.
I love this kind of mission sometimes in this map because when they don't put chests in this area, it's not so annoying to go out and looking for them because you don't know what they might be. But having no chests, it feels so liberating sometimes.
This'll do. Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Nothing fancy here either. I believe today is going to be a little bit easier compared to other days where I had to change strategy and fight the same enemy for like 20 minutes maybe.
Activating combat mode. Here we go. Hi. Conflict resolved.
See?
Oh yeah.
Impressive damage.
Activating combat mode. This'll do. Take that. Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Activating combat mode. How about this? Hi. Bye now. Conflict resolved. Oh yeah. Activating combat mode. Heads up. Taking you down a peg. Conflict resolved. The end. Oh yeah. Activating combat mode. This'll do. Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now that I remember, so I can change Kuraga with steel, so I have more damage. Because I remember that yesterday I didn't have all that much HP in my normal runs, and I changed that only to fight it on Tomberry, the Holy Tomberry.
Activating combat mode. Here we go. Bye now. Take that. Ah!
Alright, that wasn't supposed to happen, but it happened.
Taking you down a peg. Conflict resolved. Got him. Oh yeah.
Alright, I have the protecting ring. I forgot to do... I removed the super ribbon. That wasn't supposed to happen. And I have more than 200 for vitality and spiritual, so that should be fine to tank a lot of damage from those enemies. But I prefer to have the immunity to status elements as it's so right now.
Oh yeah.
Okay, no big deal. Let's go here.
Right.
Okay. Oh, something here. Someone's behind.
Activating combat mode. Taking you down a peg. Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now we have tons of damage.
Activating combat mode. Here we go. Conflict resolved. Later.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, one chest is here. For the next, I bet you should walk around and find the other one. No, it's not here, so I was right. See? Easy peasy.
Activating combat mode.
Heads up!
Take that! Conflict resolved.
Got him! Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Here we go! Later!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Got him.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Much as here, no.
Activating combat mode.
Out of the way. How about this? Hi.
Conflict
yeah.
resolved.
Oh yeah.
I say let's finish missions for the section 8. Since maybe these are the last ones. Or find one chest to find. Oh. It was more easier than I was expecting.
Activating combat mode.
This'll do. Take that.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
Bye now. Hi.
Conflict resolved.
Later. Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
This'll do.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ta 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 ta. Nothing. However, I think I have other challenges I would like to try in Crisis Core Reunion.
Activating combat
Besides
mode.
what I said earlier to finish this same challenge LLG,
The end.
the original
Oh
game,
yeah.
I could also show you how to play the Reunion version without having any equipment at all, no material and no accessories. And I know this is doable, or yes, doable if I'm not mistaken in English. And I have done it in the original version in Crisis Core, and at around the level 45 or 46, I have been able to finish the game. That means only the main story. I didn't want to finish all the quests because this is that would be impossible to do. Literally because Minerva is the only one standing in the way.
Taking you down a peg.
She has a lot of damage, and without the proper equipment, we can't win her. So it is possible to finish the story of the game. So for that I can do the next part maybe,
Activating combat
or
out of the
maybe
way.
some other time.
How about this?
It is possible. I'm pretty sure if the original version of PSP, I was able to beat the game at without any equipment. That means even the reunion version can be done. So then, if I have a calculate online, then no one has any excuse to say I can't beat the game because it's too hard, because that means they have speed issues. That's what I like here. If you want, you can beat the game without any equipment at all. Alright, we have chest in this one. Wait.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Later!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah. I need the other two chests. One I bet is over this rock. Or these three, okay. It's always behind this rock. And I need another one. It's over there.
Activating combat mode.
Out of the way!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
And last one is done.
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on! Got him! Later!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah. Other chests? No.
Activating combat mode.
Here we go! Take that! How about this?
Conflict resolved.
The end.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah!
You see, the last section of 8 is done. So let's finish these missions as well. Okay, nothing here. One chest is over there, and one is here. Okay, I saw already. You see, in other maps you can see the chests, but in others they are hidden so well.
Activating combat mode.
Bye now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So cool. Now this is soldier first class style. I have to go back.
Activating combat mode.
Later.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Okay, nothing fancy.
Activating combat mode.
Here we go.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
Out of the way. Heads up. How about this? Hey.
Conflict resolved.
That's more easy.
Oh yeah.
Always a chest behind a big rock. Come on, start the fight.
The end.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
I use Costly Punch because I know these big enemies. A lot of them have immunity to physical and the magical damage. So having Costly Punch dealing special damage within your enemy defense is a good way to defeat them. However, that's not always the case, but anyway, I defeated, so that's only matters the battles now. Now these ones also sometimes I need to use Ghostly Punch.
Bye now.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's go exploring magic wonders.
Here we go. Heads up.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we go right here. Yes, I saw the chest over there, but I wanted to check behind here as well. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
See? Sometimes they can hidden a chest right here, and I better check that. I already saw this one, so no big deal. As you may have noticed by so far, I have what is called a trigger, where I want to collect all the chests in the game. And thankfully, compared to the original version, at least here they show us when you can find chests and how many of them there are. So my perfectionist side mind wants to collect them all, and I always have done it. I have completed this game 3 times on PlayStation 5, Steam and Nintendo Switch. Plus I have completed other challenges like this, so I have completed like these missions quite a lot.
Heads up.
Conflict resolved.
Excluding of course the original version on PSP that I have played countless times, I don't even remember right now. Well, one chest is here, and the others, because it's plural. As you can see, this the Buster Sword in this version, it's all crusty, rusty, and like Angel didn't want it to be. But that's just because in this version you have the Buster Sword proficiency, and as we increase it up to 100%, you can see the Buster Sword gets a little bit dirty and rusty. However, in in Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's not like this. So I bet Cloud must have cleaned it.
Taking you down a peg.
Well, spoiler alert, he stole Zack's identity.
How about this?
Conflict resolved.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Hey, what is the other one? Oh,
Activating combat mode.
right there. Found it.
Bye now. Hi. Taking you down a peg.
Conflict resolved.
The end. Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
How about this? Taking you down a peg.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I see one chest that's over
Activating
there.
combat mode.
And another one must be
Here we
hanging
go.
in this way.
Take that. Bye now.
Conflict resolved.
Later.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It should be right here. Oh yeah. That's it. No big
Activating
deal. Now
combat mode.
let's go back to pick the other one.
Bye now. Hi.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
You see, even the enemies that have these super attacks, they don't deal a lot of damage because they have good spirituality and defense. So they need barriers.
Activating combat mode.
Taking you down a peg. Take that.
Conflict
yeah.
resolved.
Oh yeah.
See, no damage. You need to know how to time right when they use
Activating
certain
combat
abilities.
Here we go. Taking you down a peg. Hi. Heads up.
Conflict resolved.
Got
Oh
him.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ta 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 na na na. What do we have here? We have to go back. And let's go back.
Activating combat mode.
How about this? Bye now. Take that.
Conflict resolved.
The end. Oh yeah.
Ta 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 ta. Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
Heads up!
Conflict resolved.
I mean, why bother? Let's just defeat them like this.
Activating combat mode.
Taking you down a peg. This'll do. Hi! Taking you down a peg. How about this? Here we go.
Oh.
Bye now. Take that.
Conflict resolved.
Later. Oh yeah.
I remember this song not only because Barrett sang it in Final Fantasy VII Remake, but also because Prompto sang it in Final Fantasy 15. So I took inspiration from him. Okay, let's go. We have a lot here again. No big deal. As someone said, I have played these games before, so let's go.
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on. Taking you down a peg. Hi. Heads up. Here we go.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
Out of the way. Ha! Heads up. Bye now. Take that. How about this? Hi. Taking you down a peg.
Conflict
Oh,
resolved.
Easy peasy. So now we should be able to progress further. Oh, one chest here, you see? I didn't even notice. And I have gone by this way. Wait, let me check. Nothing here. Alright, I don't have any chest, so
Activating
we can
combat mode.
finish
How about
this
this?
one.
Take that.
Gaia,
now.
Malboro. Okay.
Hi. Here we go. How about this?
See? All the Malboros, at least the one that I always fought, have the same strategy.
now.
They use one skill,
Take that. Heads up.
then basic attack.
Here we go.
Then one skill, then basic
Taking you
attack.
down
And
a
they go
peg.
forever. Look.
Bye
Ultima.
now. Here we go.
Now next basic attack.
This'll do.
And then
Take that.
super bad breath, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, really bad breath. And then basic attack. Good?
Bye now.
Yeah, it's coming from basic
Conflict
attack.
resolved.
Got him.
And then great juice, and then basic attack, and so on. Okay, so this is the last mission for the station 6. And after that I have mission from 731 to 766, and they are 18 missions, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 6 for the section 7.3, 6 for 7.4, and 6 for 7.5. So 18 missions. And I'm going to complete them right now because then the only thing left for me is going to be preparation for Minerva, so I need to farm more money, and I intend to do that in while I'm not streaming. So I'll just show you how I have updated my strategy to defeat the Great Tombery, or the Holy Tombery, what it's called. And then I'll be doing that over and over, so I don't want my stream to be only for that. I'll be doing that in the free time.
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on! Taking you down a peg! Bye now!
Alright. Well, I wanted to steal some fat chocobo items here because they can change the material stats to HP plus, and sometimes they can be useful.
This'll do. Bye now. Take that. Heads up. Hi. This'll do. Take that. Heads up. Hi. This'll do. Here we go. Take that. How about this? Hi. Bye now. Here we go. Heads up. Bye now.
Conflict resolved.
Thank God I have defeated, because if you don't hit him, the last attack he does is meteor, and it deals good damage. Damage I can't afford to tank right now, and don't want to lose those. I have 3 Phoenix down, so.
Right.
Let's save just to make sure. Okay. Let's go for today. I'm going to finish all these missions, and the only thing left is to prepare for Minerva. And then later, if I'm not mistaken, I have unlocked all the missions so I can progress in the story. That's because once you are in this part of the game, if you go furthermore in the next chapter, you can go back here and to unlock other missions. So the game tells you, look, you have 2 other missions to unlock or complete before you go, so make sure you do them. And I'm not mistaken, I have completed all of them. You know what, let's go and check right now, just to be sure. So, I have the mission from section 2.1, these 6, and I have completed them. All from the 4.3 are done. All from 6.2, these ones are done. From 7.1 are done. From 8 I'm done. And from 9 I just have to finish Minerva. So basically I have done all the missions that are hiddenly unlocked in Midgard, because you have to speak with some people in order to unlock them. If you progress through the story, you can't unlock them furthermore. You know, when this game came out, I was wondering if they included the chapter selection, because that would be really cool, but they didn't. And later on I realized that maybe it's better this way, because the way the game is structured, and is structured, and the way things unlocked overall. So maybe it was a good choice to leave the game as it was without giving many more complications. Because, for example, some missions are not only in when you complete certain chapters. So maybe if you start a new game plus and you want to go in chapter, I don't know, maybe 7, you want to do that, and our mission starts earlier. Maybe I wanted to avoid this complication and changes with setting new rules for how missions are completed. So they decided to leave it that way and to make the game resemble more the original version. I mean, the reunion it's an improvement on all matters.
Activating combat mode.
Here we go.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm going to say it out loud because I have read some articles yesterday. I'm one of those who supports the Final Fantasy XIII trilogy games, and I want to have a remastered version as well. However, I see that some people around online want to have the remastered version done in a style like Final Fantasy X and X-2, or they just took the game and made it in HD version without changing anything. And but I want the trilogy of Final Fantasy XIII to be released as a sort of remake, like Crisis Core Reunion, without changing the story or adding new DLCs or anything. I mean, all the DLCs from the original games from 13.2 and 19.2, I want them to be available, of course, for free, included in the games. But as for the gameplay, I want them to change it to make improvement like they did with from Crisis Core to Crisis Core Reunion, where you have the basic idea of the original game, but they improved it a little better. So I want the same thing with Final Fantasy XIII, for example, where they maybe change the battle system, where they don't remake it completely, but they improve it like they did with Crisis Core. And they maintain. I want them to maintain the same idea because I'm a big fan of the game, and I love the battle system in all 3 games, and I consider them to be a mix of old school, where you have RPGs and have to wait for the ATB to fill, but they also have a little bit of new school, of more action games, where you can perform more abilities in the same round. So I consider all 3 games of the Final Fantasy XIII trilogy to have the same idea of mix between old school and new school, and I always love that side of the game. I mean, I know they are not perfect because every game is different, but there is no such thing as perfect game or perfect anything, since a lot of games are based on people preferences. So just because the majority agrees that they are not perfect, then doesn't mean they are not perfect, you know. I love them, I played them, they mean something for me on a more deeper level, I can admit that. And for me, I would like to see Square Enix doing a remake remaster like they did with Crisis Core, so they can improve the basic of the game overall, and to publish them on PS5 and of course Nintendo Switch 2 and so on. However, I still have I wish they would improve the games on Steam to be able to support ultra wide resolution, because I noticed that the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster 1 through 6, they all support ultra wide resolution. That's why I played like 4 of them. I played Final Fantasy 1, 2, 6 and 7 and 1, 2, 5 and 6, on the Pixel Remaster on Steam, and I have played them on my ultra wide monitor, and even though it's a 3D game, that was so cool. So I wonder why they don't do that with the recent games they have released, like Crisis Core Reunion, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Rebirth. However, they have done it with Final Fantasy 15, because I saw someone on YouTube playing the game in ultra wide, and it was so cool. I didn't play it yet because my PC is a little bit older, and it can't support it, that kind of game power.
Activating combat mode.
However, I played Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age on Steam, and it supports ultra wide resolution, and that was so cool for that to play that game on with such big screen. So I wonder in the future maybe Square Enix considers this idea of updating their games for the ultra wide resolution on Steam. Same goes for Final Fantasy 16. I have tried the demo on Steam, and on Steam Deck it runs poorly, at least for me. And on my PC in ultra wide, of course, it's also running poorly, but that's because my PC is a bit older. But it doesn't support ultra wide. As I was doing some fight, and I'm not talking about the cutscenes, you know. I'm talking about the battles, the gameplay overall, and it doesn't support the ultra wide. So that's something a little bit sad, but for me it doesn't matter because I have Final Fantasy 16 on PS5, so I'm good to go if I want to play the game. But if they release a patch or they updated the game to support ultra wide, I might consider getting it on PC as well. And that's mostly because I like to play games on console as vanilla version, the way they were developed. But on Steam I keep in those games, so one day when I build or I'll be able to afford to upgrade to a better computer, I want to play with mods and improve the games, or changing maybe a little bit my experience of how I play games. So that's my thoughts on how I think Square Enix should start developing their games on PC as well. I'm not saying that they should do all this for all games, because for example, for games like Final Fantasy VII, I see that have released like a new version now. You can't have that game in ultra wide because it was developed for PlayStation 1, so it's limited for that kind of resolution, you know. But for other games like Crisis Core Reunion or the Final Fantasy VII remakes games, they can easily upgrade it because I have done it. There are patches and plugins, I mean not officially, but gamers were able to find a way to mod that the game and to make you have that resolution. However, that came with a cost that even if overall you have the ultra wide resolution, so you have the full screen to play, that stretches also your UI. It makes things a little bit ugly to see when you change to your equipment, you know. And the same goes for Final Fantasy VII Remake. I remember I played it long ago on PC, and I had to download some plugins to make it work in ultra wide, but that was also a problem that was stretching my UI, so I didn't want that to happen, so I switched to Steam Deck to play the game.
How about this? Heads up! Take that!
Conflict resolved.
The end! Oh yeah!
And you know, even though I think now maybe nobody is watching, I don't know, but let's talk about a bit. Since I'm doing these missions in a brainless mode, just because I'm going to collect chests and defeating enemies, so being in silent it's a bit boring and I want to spice it up a little bit. Now I can't find the last chest, you see. So I want to talk about something regarding Final Fantasy 13. I read some articles earlier where a lot of gamers complained how the game feels bad just because it's one long corridor or hallway where you go from point A to point B and just progress through the story and that's all. However, this is how Final Fantasy X was also developed, and I love that game. And I don't understand why people don't complain about Final Fantasy X being too linear. I mean, it's just the same. It's just the same strategy, you know. You start the game and you progress through a linear path until you reach Xenocan, and after that you unlock the spaceship, and then you are able to go around all the world and complete the missions, you know. The same goes for Final Fantasy 13. You progress in a linear path until you reach the end game, and then you can move around and do missions. And people, I think, start to hate this, not because it's really a bad design, but because they wanted to complain about something. And even though it's a valid argument to say that maybe the game could be too linear, even though Final Fantasy X is also the same way, but it doesn't receive the same criticism as Final Fantasy 13, I believe that a lot of people started to hate Final Fantasy 13, not because they truly hate it, but that because it's something on trend. In English, it's a trend, you know, to hate something, and not because they really hate it, but because they want to be a part of that community. And so it's since you find yourself that it's more easy to hate than to love. So people tend to just go with the hate and saying, yeah, I agree, the game is bad because of that, but the truth is they will say it not because they agree, but because they want to be a part of society, you know, and they choose to hate the game. But the game is not that bad. I mean, there is another criticism that I was reading about, and they say that the game starts with a lot of terminologies from the world game that at the beginning you don't understand until you go progress into the story and they are explained to you. However, I consider that a huge BS, because basically this is what Final Fantasy VII has done in the first place, and yet when the game came out, nobody complained about that the game uses terminologies that nobody knows until you progress through the story, because they have done the same way. In Final Fantasy 13, they wanted to be something similar to Final Fantasy 7, to Final Fantasy 10, if as we can see through the Crystallium and the linear path, and the fact that they also make a reference to Final Fantasy 7 when you start the game with an ex-soldier with a black guy and they fight a scorpion robot on a train, you know. And in Final Fantasy 7 they also make the same thing that the Final Fantasy 13 has done. They start the game and they start to speak with certain words nobody understands, but then later on as you progress through the story and you start to understand, you see what they are talking about, you know. I can make you an example. In Final Fantasy 13 they start to talk about LC, Pulse, Percy, Purge and so on. And meanwhile in Final Fantasy 7 you also have the same way. As the game starts, they start to talk about Avalanche, Soldier, and you don't even know who they are, and they are just in the first 10 chats into the game. And then they start to talk about Mako, about reactors, about Shinra, and you just started the game, you don't even know who they are. And so why nobody has complained about that? Because of course internet wasn't that popular at that time. People didn't go online on forums and complain, hey, Final Fantasy VII has this big issue where they start the game with terms that they don't explain until you progress through the story. Because normally gamers progress through the story to understand better what it's talking about. And the problem is that when Final Fantasy XIII came out, a lot of gamers didn't have the courage, not to say another word because I'm streaming right now, but they weren't so patient to progress through the story and see what they are talking about. Because in the end, both Final Fantasy VII and XIII start the same way and have the same ideology. When you progress through the story, you understand better the concept of what they are talking as you progress through.
Here we go.
And both Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy XIII has the same strategy of showing you an adventure, a linear adventure, where you progress through a story like you're reading a book. And then when you finish one chapter, you unlock the next one that allows you to have more exploration around, so you can do side quests instead of focusing on the story. And yet nobody complained about Final Fantasy X the same way that everyone complains about Final Fantasy XIII. So, in a matter, I think those excuses are just huge BS because people want to be a part of a certain community and they are... See, it's more easy to hate a game than try to resonate, try to find a logic and actually love it for what it is. And there is no such thing as perfect game because everyone has their own preferences. And I don't think democracy in this case wins. If, I don't know, 60% of gamers agree that Final Fantasy XIII is a bad game, for me, being from the other side of 40%, that doesn't mean anything to say about the game. It doesn't mean that the game is not perfect. I know it has some flaws, but just because of those flaws doesn't mean it's not a good game. I really enjoyed it. It really changed my life. It shaped who I am today. All three games have done it in their way, and I love them for what they feel. And I know that they could be done better, and I hope that a remake or a remaster like Crisis Core 1 could improve them. But even as they are now, I enjoy them anyway. So yeah, this is my my thoughts about that situation, you know. And I really hope that anytime soon we will hear some news from Square Enix about a remaster or remake version of Final Fantasy XIII. Because I remember one episode from The Simpsons where Lisa was saying why remake titles that everybody know, where we could focus and to make titles that nobody have ever heard about and make them popular again, you know. And that's something that's starting in my mind. I'm like, it's okay, I love Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, and I still have to finish it, by the way. And I get it why people were so hyped about Final Fantasy VII Remake. I saw some documentaries, and I agree, I love to have the trilogy of Final Fantasy VII Remake. But at the same time, I think that when you talk about Final Fantasy, we should consider games that are not so popular or are hated like from the community, like Final Fantasy XIII trilogy. And I want them to receive a remake version instead like a game for like Final Fantasy 6 or 9. And I know I played Final Fantasy 6, but it's a good game, I understand. I loved it too as well. But I believe that as for a remake, we should consider Final Fantasy XIII. It's the one that was made a little bit poorly with decisions and so on. And I think that a remake treatment should be done to those games, to all three games of Final Fantasy trilogy, so we can give them a second chance to redeem themselves and to become something better, you know. And if Square Enix managed to pull Final Fantasy Reunion as an improvement of the OG crisis core. Without, I'm not saying the OG was bad. I really love the way it is. And, I don't see any flaws about it.
Combat mode.
Unlike others,
This'll do.
I think Final Fantasy 13 is a better candidate, you know. And I'm not saying Final Fantasy 6 or 9 or any other Final Fantasy that others may want doesn't deserve a remake, but those games managed to succeed in their own way, in their own time when they were released, you know. And furthermore, they already have like a different version of the games. You can play them on PSP, you can play them on Steam, you can play them on mobile, you can play them on Nintendo Switch. And so having those games all over the place is so cool. As for Final Fantasy 13 Trilogy, those games are either stuck on PS3 or in Xbox. I heard you can play them via retro compatibility. However, in the Steam version, they are very poorly optimized, and I can confirm that because Final Fantasy 13 was always on a crash way, and the only way you can play them, you have to buy a Steam Deck, and this is not a good bonus for to play a game just because for hardware limitations, you know. As for Final Fantasy, for example, the remastered version, I have played the Pixel Remaster both on Steam, on the Steam Deck, and on my computer in ultra wide resolution, and they run very well. So I think that that's also something should be included, and it's one more reason why Final Fantasy 13 deserves a remake is because of that, of compatibility. So having those games be re-released to new generation with improved graphics, of course, with improved gameplay, not to change so much from the original, but a bit improved, like Crisis Core Reunion, as I always said. Right now, this version is improved from the original. They still maintain some aspects, but they change it a little bit, not too much. However, it's still the same game. For example, when you choose material here, it's much better than it was in the original game, but that doesn't mean that the original game was awful, you know. So they just improved that. They didn't change anything. They just took what was there and improved. And I believe that the same treatment should be done for Final Fantasy 13 Trilogy. And also, of course, I want that 13.2 and the Lightning Returns have all the DLCs available, even those that normally on PC you don't have. Because if you're not aware, the original game for Final Fantasy 13.2 and the Lightning Returns, there are some outfits in the game that are available on the PlayStation 3, but are not available on the Steam version, and I don't understand why, to be honest. I remember that the Final Fantasy 13.2, for example, on PS3, I have all the DLCs bought, and there is an outfit that's a crossover from the Assassin's Creed game for Neo, for Noel Christ, and in the PC version, the Steam Deck, I don't have that outfit because that was the one I like to use in the game. So now they removed it for some reason when they released the Steam version of Final Fantasy 13.2, and the same thing happened with Lightning Returns, where in the PS3 version, I remember because I have all the DLCs in the game now, there is an outfit for Aerith from Final Fantasy VII, and of course one for Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. And so both outfits are available on the PS3 version, but on the Steam I don't have any access to Aerith DLC. They removed it completely. If I'm not mistaken, you just have to install the game on PC and use some mod that helps you bring it back, but you still have the DLC for Cloud's outfit in both versions. So I don't understand why I would like to I would like to have access to all the DLCs in a remaster version, so they can bring all the outfits that were missing in the Steam release compared to the original PS3 versions, you know. So these are my thoughts so far about the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy. And while I was talking, I was managed to complete some missions, so instead of staying shut up and boring, at least I was able to share some interest, some personal interest about the matter. Now I think this is 762, so I have 4, including this one, 4 missions to complete. And then later on I will show you how I updated my strategy against the Holy Tombery in 962. And then later on in the following week I try to find time to progress, to make a farming from that mission, so I can collect money and then SP, so I can then improve the remaining material that I need. And basically I said that maybe I need 10 million of both SP and Gils. However, I have done the Minerva fight in the hard mode recently, where I was like level 90 or something, and I decided to, instead of going for like an hour or more than an hour to defeat Minerva with high jump, I decided to collect money and defeat her with Gytos. And I can tell you that with her 77 millions of HP, you need a lot of guilds. So I started the fight with 25 million guilds, and I finished the fight with 1 million. So like I used 24 million guilds to defeat her. However, at some point you notice that while you are doing a lot of damage to Minerva, as you start to have less guilds, you also doing less damage. As where you start the mission, you always deal like 99,999 damage. As you start and have less guilds, you deal less damage until before she is defeated, you'll be dealing like 50k damage, so just half of that. That's also happened based on how you defeat her. So a lot of times I was just throwing the guilds and they didn't hit her, so just wasting money. But in the end I was able to finish her. So that's what you should consider on. However, for this version in the normal version of the game, Minerva has 10 millions of guilds, 10 millions of HP, so I believe that 10 millions of guilds should be more than enough to defeat her. And that's like 7 times less HP than she has in the hard mode. However, what I'm worried about are the SP, because I need to tank like all the damage that she deals, because I don't have good defense, and I need to tank a little bit, since I want to focus only on dealing damage with Gytos and throwing money to her. So I need to improve my stats to deal damage, as you saw earlier. I need material with that increase attack, and also I need luck, because if I'm not mistaken, that should be a parameter that decide how damage you do with Gytos. And since I want to deal a lot of damage, I need a good luck as well. And furthermore, the is the only stat that I have to improve because of for the Minerva fight, at least in this strategy, I just need 2 materials for attack, so I can have the max amount of attack. I need to have critic at all point, and then since I'm using the speed master material, that means I'm going to tank all kind of damage, and that means I don't need to have vitality and spirituality, or defense and spirit, as I like to call them. And yeah, that's all. I don't need to have magic as well. I don't need to have HP or AP on P as well. I mean, maybe I need to have... No, I don't need the AP because I'm going to equip the Genji helm since I bought it already.
Bring it on.
And so I only have to worry about attack and luck. So these are the only materials that I need to improve their stats about. And so overall I think that 10 million of HP should be also enough. Because it's more about tanking damage in this strategy rather than dealing damage, because Giltos deal damage based on other parameters. But Minerva deals a lot of damage, so even though we can tank it using the Basezot proficiency, there are other situations where we can't rely on that, so there are small windows where she is going to hit us and we can tank them, so we need to make sure we have our good defense. So basically we need a lot of ASP. So this is the strategy. Oh, let's say it here. I forgot.
Activating combat mode.
Heads up! Here we go.
Conflict resolved.
Later.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, last 2 missions. And we're done for today. Let's see. Oh. It is a big work.
Activating combat mode.
Because we need to
Taking you
work a lot.
down a peg. How about this? Hi! Heads up! Taking you down a peg.
Conflict resolved.
Got him!
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah!
Oh my god, this music brings me so many beautiful memories from when I was playing the LLG game. And same thing that happened in each game of the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy. Happened at first with Crisis Core, where it shaped my whole character of who I am today, of what kind of gamer I am right now. So what kind of games I like to play. I like to enjoy stories that are detailed like this one. I like to play games where they have a good UI system. So for example, like Skyrim, you know, it's a game where I know it's beautiful and I know everything, but the UI doesn't feel like something I would like to use. It's more a little bit of confusion, or at least I feel it this way. So having like a Final Fantasy UI where they always put everything in the right place, it's much better for me, and I prefer it this way. I have played countless of times Crisis Core and other Final Fantasy for that reason. I mean, not only for that, but it's one of the reasons. But I never finished Skyrim just because of that, you know. And the same went for Final Fantasy 12, for example. I can change my mind because in the original game on the PS2. The game is locked with the camera controls, and you can change them. And basically means that I like to, if I move the right stick to the left, I want the camera to turn to the right, you know, like this one. But if I turn the right stick to the right, I want the camera to go to the left, like this one. The same goes for up and down. And since I always like it this way, the original game of Final Fantasy XII on PS2 didn't have any way to change that, so for many years I didn't play the game just because of that. And right now I changed my mind, and I have almost 200 hours in the game. I mean, I'm like 197 or 96 something hours, and I'm still playing it because I want to finish the game at 100% and to complete all the fixtures you can get there. So I need to play it a little bit more. So yeah, for that I changed my mind, but it takes time maybe, because on the end I say, you know what, I'm going to just adapt to that kind of controls, even if they are not the main that I prefer. I like to finish this game, so I did it. And now Final Fantasy XII hold the record for the longest boss battle, which is Yasmat. And for me it took like 5 hours and 37 minutes to complete it one Saturday. And that was the second attempt. The first one was like for after 5 hours I was defeated, so I needed to improve my my characters for a better way. So 1 week later I went and finished the boss after 5 hours, 37 minutes, I still remember, of continuous fight. I mean, I started in a Saturday evening after lunch, and I ended the boss fight right at dinner time. Of course, I went straight on and didn't finish. I didn't do the strategy that also others might consider, like you can go to the save file and recover yourself, but I decided to just go and finish the mission, the boss. The only break I took was to go to the bathroom, and so I paused the game, and then I went back and fought him over and over. Like after 5 hours and a half minute, I was almost exhausted, not only physically but mentally. But then in the last minutes, I was able to find a way to defeat him. So that was a fun evening. And with that, I can change my mind about why or other stuff, but it might take time. So I have access to these ones. So if I want to change some material to a better version, I can directly buy the special material that improve the DMW chances. So here is the strategy. I'm going to farm a little bit of material and change this to spirit material into luck. For this set is going to be for Minerva only, because I'm going to use Giltos to have a lot of damage, and I also need to keep critical at the same time. And I need the Genji Hands because I'm going to use the Bats as well proficiency. And then while I'm into that mode, I'm going to use Giltos to deal a lot of damage, to deal the max amount of damage. And this one, this set is the strategy for this Tomberry. I'm going to steal from him. I need a little bit of time because still it's not always granted. I need critical because I need to deal a lot of damage. You'll see right now why. And I need this one so I can steal the rare items from him. So right now I'm going to use this set. So this is how I have been doing yesterday farming. You see, now we deal a lot of damage with critical, and Well, I should avoid this, but
Here we go.
this happens rarely because it's all about luck and how much
Bye now.
damage you deal.
Take that.
So sometimes you
This'll
can deal
do.
enough damage to stop his limit,
Heads up.
and sometimes he just performs it a little bit low. As you can see,
Taking
from
you
now
down
on,
a peg. Take that.
it's over. It's almost never going to happen.
Bye now. This'll
So
do.
now I just need to
Here we go.
defeat him. And done. You see? I always get 20k of gills and 2 metrics. And from that I'm going to farm a little bit of gills and SP in the following week. So after I showed you this, here it is. Now I need to sell all of these, as you can see. And then I'm going to I have meters, as you can see, and once I reach it like 99 or more, I'm going to upgrade this one. Okay, so I can use one of these. See, I have SP, and then later on I'm going to upgrade with luck. So I'm going to do this one. Yes. And where it is, Spirit, Libra, and luck. And done. And so the next time I manage to collect the other 99 meters, I'm going to upgrade this one as well. And so I'll have more than 200 of luck, and that should be good for our damage dealing. And so this is the strategy I'm going so far. So after I showed you, I can end the streaming right now. And for today's episode, this is going to be the last one before maybe next week. So I hope before next Saturday. So I hope this week I can farm a little bit of Gils and SP. So next Saturday I'll be able to show you how to defeat Minerva in this challenge. And once we defeat her, we are going to progress through the story, and from here on it's just end game. So thanks for those who are here today. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.